Amityville franchise is a real mixed bag. Part 1 is ultra boring in my book, and I never much cared for it, even though I do acknowledge its importance. For my money, the best entry in the entire bloated series is Amityville 2, The Possession. You can cut the atmosphere in that evil bastard of a movie with a butter knife. I also like Amityville Dollhouse because I'm a damn weirdo and I pretty much like anything that William Catt is in. Except for Carrie. I hate that stupid movie. If I ever want to watch a nerd revenge movie, I'll watch Evil Speak, thank you very much. But in this sordid stinkfest of a review, I'm going to take a morbid walk down Lame Brain Lane with Amityville 1992. It's about fucking time.
What's up, guys? It's Bigfoot, and I don't mean to fuck around here, but I gotta tell you, I've got a big penis. And if you want to see my big penis, come on down to the fucking woods.
Amityville 92 centers around an architect named Jacob. Now this imbecile has 2 teenage kids and a smoking hot ex-girlfriend named Andrea. She still stops by from time to look after his kids when he's away, and sometimes she even stays over to serve him leftover slices of her sweaty cherry pie. Everything is aces for this guy, save for the fact that he just brought home an old antique clock from a house that he's helping to redevelop. And you guessed it, smarty pants, the damned clock came from the Amityville residence, ground central for incest, shotgun frenzy, and demonic possession. Jacob proudly places the clock on his rich yuppie mantle, and thus begins the horror. The clock anchors itself to the goddamn mantle with some kind of weird internal drill, and before you can say haunted hayride, it starts turning the whole place into one big clock that mind-fucks everyone inside. The tide begins to turn when Jacob goes for a morning jog. A fat bitch neighbor and her dog Peaches corner him, and the dog sinks its big sharp teeth into Jacob's ass over and over, viciously ripping at his flesh and leaving his leg a bloody mess. Over the course of the film, the bite wound, well, it refuses to heal. It gets more infected to the point where it looks like gangrene is setting in. It's really sickening with blood-drenched bandages and much coagulating pus. Jacob appears to be in the throes of a constant chill-inducing fever, and his personality takes a drastic turn as well. He becomes a real jerk-off with the gruff disposition of a junkyard dog. Teen daughter also goes through some changes, evolving from a straight-laced nerd into a slutty vixen. That leaves it up to the rebel son Rusty and gorgeous girlfriend Andrea to save the goddamn day. And guess what? They may have their work cut out for them. I couldn't give 2 shits what anyone else says. I'm quite fond of Amityville 92. What we have here is a stylishly shot movie with an air of class. It has great lighting that adds a polished sheen to the more dramatic set pieces. Good use of red and purple to ramp up the ambience. Director Tony Randall was a damn fine choice to helm this picture. He had just done Hellbound Hellraiser 2 a few years prior, and he clearly knows how to make an entertaining genre film. Stephen Mocht has the lead role down pat as the cursed architect. Mocht is really good in cantankerous roles like this, as anyone who saw him in Stephen King's Graveyard Shift can attest. You may also recognize the kid playing Rusty. He was in Ghoulies 2 and an episode of Freddy's Nightmares. It's funny how the set dressers put a Misfits picture on his bedroom wall, but if you blink, you'll fucking miss it. Now, on to even more important matters. Are you missing a spark in your feeble existence? Having trouble getting it up? Well, gazing weary eyes at Sean Weatherly will put the pop back in your pickle. Now, I'm not big on salad tossing, but with her, I'd probably make an exception. I'm sure it would be a nice salad to toss. Clean and spicy. Supposedly, she was in Police Academy 3, but since I'm a grown-ass man with functioning brain cells, I just don't spend much fucking time watching Police Academy movies. So I'll have to take the IMDb at its word. Now, onto the gore front. This isn't an overly violent film, but the effects that we see are passable. They are in a stretchy, rubbery, sometimes zany vein. These kinds of effects were prevalent at the time. A movie like House 4 had similar wonky-looking latex creations, and it was released the same year. Check out the scene where the house actually eats one of the victims. Flirty tart Lisa beckons her boyfriend down into the basement for what he thinks is going to be a nice ride on the proverbial meat curtain express, since several guys on the football team had told him that her meat box closely resembled a roast beef sandwich. He figured that after a little bit of bump and grind, he could add some of his horseradish sauce to the meat flaps. But instead, he gets sucked right down the fucking drain. Better luck next time, pal. So there you have it, Fright fans. Amityville 92 cuts to the chase with seldom a dull moment. And coming out of a series that is filled with more misses than hits, it proves that even a broken clock can be right now and then.